As for Abner, do you think, being that he's setting his eyes now on managing fighters while he's still boxing, that it's maybe smart that he starts going after the bigger fights sooner than expected, being that he's coming to a close or his career's coming to an end?
Abner wants the big fights. You know, after he beat Cuellar, you know, there was opportunities for him to fight sometime in April or May. Not a tuna fight because it's still going to be a world title fight, but against an opponent that maybe we could feel a little more comfortable with. I told him I wouldn't mind fighting Lee Selby or a rematch with Johnny Gonzalez, which would make a lot of sense. But Abner wants the big fight. He wants to fight Leo, and that's probably the fight we're gonna wait till it happens. And unless Leo doesn't want to fight, then of course Abner has to take other options. But I think that's the fight that Abner wants.
It's almost like Leo doesn't have an option if he wants to keep the WBA title. The WBA just ordered that the rematch take place. What do you make of that? And is the fight possibly next? Where do you stand on that?
Well, look, Leo already has the name, and he's already the fighter that doesn't really need the belt to be where he's at. You know, that belt, if I'm not mistaken, the WBA Super Champion, I think it was given to him when he beat Abner Mares. There was no champion. The champion was Cuellar back then. The WBA champion was Cuellar. So then they did the Super Champion, and Leo beat Abner Mares for that fight. Then he lost it to Frampton, but that's what made the Super Champion. But the WBA champion was Cuellar at that time, and then Abner beat him for the WBA champion. So right now with the super, interim, regular, it just confuses a lot of boxing fans. So in reality, they don't really. You know, that fight is big enough that they don't really need to be champions. Yeah. It's still going to be a huge fight, and it's still going to make sense.
So you wouldn't be surprised if you kind of vacated it or left it behind to move forward?
Well, you know what? I think I would be surprised, but because I think Leo wants to fight him. I think Leo wants to fight too. I think Leo wants to fight. You know, the dad is thinking like me, business-wise. I would agree with that, but maybe Leo says no. That's the fight I want too.
But where do you stand on that, on the fight? Do you want it next, or?
I would prefer a fight before that. I told him, you know, Frampton, Johnny Gonzalez. There's quite a few fights there, but you know, at the end of the day, Abner wants to fight Leo, and he's got a promoter and a manager, so they make the final decisions. But you know, we're gonna be ready for whatever it is.